Right at it. Right at it. Oh, he's done it again. Just as he did at the John Deere for his first win.
Alrighty, welcome to episode 24 of the Go Get That podcast. Pebble Beach is in the rearview mirror, as Dan would like to say. We are on to the Waste Management Phoenix Open, and for the first time in a while, Jordan Spieth has a little bit of form. We can come into a tournament with a little bit of expectations, not just because of some positive course history, but because he's actually playing some good golf. So I think the three of us are excited for this week, one of our favorite weeks that's not a major on the schedule. Great field, great golf course. And yeah, what do you guys think?
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, why wouldn't I? He's been throwing darts for the past 4 competitive rounds he's been playing, and if you know anything about the Waste Management Phoenix Open, it's a ball strikers tournament. You have to ball strike your way around that place because you do not want to be hitting from the desert. I think this is a really good chance for Jordan to get a win this year. I think it's his best chance to get a win until at least the match play. Or no, I don't know. I think it's his best chance. I think it's his best chance to get a win until Valero again. I really do. He's got a lot of chances coming up. I mean, API is a great chance. Match play is a great chance, but I do think this is just, I mean, this is a course, this and Memorial are 2 courses that I'd lock in for him to win before the end of his career. I think game just fits it. Even if he's had some shaky performances in the past, I think he gets it done sometime. So why not this year?
Yeah. I mean, you guys have put it perfectly. I think this is one of the more exciting weeks of the year for sure. Like, it's just the People's Open, right? I mean, that's what it is. Everybody's always having a good time, especially at the 16th. Obviously, it's an interesting closing stretch of holes with plenty of birdies to be made. We saw that last year with Brooks kind of making his run down the stretch. Although Spieth didn't really have it on Sunday. But I mean, this was the place last year where the Saturday 61 took place and sort of reignited the Spieth train.
The bandwagon.
Yeah, it turned on the trampolines, I guess. Well, I guess you don't really turn them on, but his career, he finished his fall and started his climb back up the mountain on that Saturday. And this like the 2 gentlemen before me said, this is a good fit for him. In the years that he's had good form, like 15, 16, and last year and 17, I'm top 10 in this event. Years he has not had good form, 18, 19, 20, or I think he might have skipped 19, but 18, 20 missed cut. So there is that missed cut history there, but granted the form was not anywhere near what it I guess he's shown in the past. But I will say that he does not putt these greens especially well. Over the years, I have sort of but I have subtle recollections of him missing some putts inside of 5 feet.
Yeah.
And hopefully that's not the case this week, but he's done it before, and I think it's like it occurs quite a bit. And like last year on Sunday, he could make anything, right? So I think that would be something to keep an eye on this week, is if Thursday he goes out and he makes everything inside of 8 feet. I think it's going to be a pretty good week. But if he misses a couple 4 or 5 footers, then confidence will be low and he'll have to ball strike the crap out of it if he wants to win. which is really hard to do. Like you have to have some sort of putting form to be able to win golf tournaments, regardless of how good you're hitting it. And we know he's hitting it great, but need the putter this
Yeah.
week out of 6-7 feet.
I think he can take some confidence off the weekend at Pebble from the short putting perspective. I mean, he putted, 17, obviously he misread it, but over the weekend at Pebble, he putted fantastically from short range. And I was looking, he's got the 2 missed cuts at Waste Management in his career, but I was looking at the strokes gained, and the really good performances really outweigh the couple missed cuts. 10 players with 10 plus rounds at TPC Scottsdale. He's tied for 6th all time in strokes gained at that course. So he plays it well, and coming in with some form. He's got the good vibes from last year. He's got the really solid weekend at Pebble. I mean, as Bob said, it might be his best chance to win before Valero. I think that's an interesting statement, but if you look at the other events on the calendar, it makes sense. Match play.
I'd even say it's his best chance to win until the Masters, because we know it's just extremely hard to win back-to-back tournaments in a row. It's just really hard to defend the title on the PGA Tour because you're the name everyone's gunning for, and it's just a lot of extra pressure that you wouldn't have on a normal week. So I definitely that puts him at a little bit of a disadvantage of Valero. So
For sure.
But
honestly,
that's what it is.
I kind of like his chances at Riviera.
I hope so.
Nope.
The tournament.
And I know that
Nope.
That's just mean.
On Bob has given me the nope
No.
already. But here, let me explain myself.
Yeah, you go.
So last year, I think it's pretty easy to forget that he was T1 at some point on Saturday. Right? Like I'm pretty sure he was there, T1, maybe back 9 Saturday.
At Waste Management or
Riviera.
Genesis. I think
right. Everybody was at like 8 under.
Yeah.
And then he missed a 5-footer for par.
Of course he did.
And the wheels kind of fell. I mean, that was the back end of 5 weeks in a row, I think, or was it 4? He played Pebble, Phoenix, Pebble. No, I guess it must have been 4. But
he was probably gassed regardless.
He kind of ran out of steam on the weekend and rolled in at T15. And the thing about Riviera, as great of a test of golf as Torrey Pines is, man, Riviera is even more so, I think, right? Like the rough is equally as thick, the holes are equally as long, fairways equally as tight, greens are tough. You know, if with the amount of rain, depending on the amount of rain they get, it's going to be fast, it's going to be firm. And he says it a lot that he loves playing there, right? He won there, I think, in college. He's had some decent like rounds together. He was solo leader, 2019 maybe, before the wheels fell off like they typically did. But I don't know. I just think if you hit the ball with your irons the way he did last week, I know Pebble's different from Riviera, but I think the like firmness of the greens and sort of just the way it was playing, like the way you had to hit shots into greens, I think will be somewhat similar. Granted, there'll be longer shots and somewhat like tougher targets to hit. I mean, I think he could that's a place you could ball strike your way to 10 under and see what happens. And I think he could do it this year. I mean, if he hits it the way he did last week, he could also just not hit the ball great again for the rest of the year, but that doesn't seem likely, especially considering he kind of did this last year as well. So banking on he keeps his iron play the way it, has been, I think he could put together a really, really good week at Riviera and end up with a win.
That'd be cool. That's a course I want to see him win at. Let me go real quick, Bob, because there was a comment that he made on Sunday about this week that I found really interesting. I don't have the full quote, but I think he was saying that Waste Management this week, Pebble, the greens are very small. And I know on Sunday on 1, hit a really nice shot, took a poor bounce in the rough long. There was another hole where he hit a really good shot, and I think it bounced long as well. And he said after his round that he's really looking forward to this week where the greens are a lot bigger, where the misses that he had, where it takes a firm hop, bounce into the rough, is not going to be as bad as it will this week. And that, I mean, he's confident. It's pretty clearly he's confident, but I mean, him just saying that he's, I mean, he thinks, I have a feeling he's gonna have a really good, another really good iron week just off the fact that he said that. I mean, he hit so many good iron shots, and even the ones that, I mean, one's perfect example. Great shot, firm bounce into the back rough. That's not going to happen this week. It's going to stay on the green, and he's going to have a putt, and he putted well over the weekend. So
I think it was 9 was the other one where it was like that tucked pin just over the
yeah,
bunker.
that pin was
and he hit it,
impossible.
and it almost spun out of the rough to like
Yep.
3 feet, but instead it just got caught there.
Yeah, so I want to rebuttal against Dan.
Bring
I
it.
agree with you from the standpoint that Riviera is the perfect test of a golf course in terms of everything. It's got you have to have creativity. The rough is perfect length to test, but not like stupid. And the holes are difficult. The fairways are firm, the greens are firm, and you gotta have a good short game. It's the perfect test of golf. I just don't see him competing there until his driver shapes up a bit more. Those fairways aren't big. And his driver has been a little sketchy recently, I think. I just think it's too soon. I like his chances here a lot more. So yeah, that's what I have to say on that.
Yeah, no, I
That's
think the driver is a good point because I guess the only thing really going for him in the fall, the one event he played, and kind of in the playoffs, was the driver. Like the driver was his best club, right? I mean, we talked about that a little bit where it's just like, man, he's hitting 10, 11 fairways. There's no more of this like jumping out of the window gif on Twitter. No more of the OB balls, the re-tees, lot less fours. But down the stretch of Pebble is especially shaky. So that's a fair point. It's a valid point. He's still gaining off the tee. He gains a little over half a stroke around at Pebble, which is really solid. And if he does that, then he's going to be perfectly fine wherever he goes.
This week will be a real test off the tee because, I mean, no offense to the field at Pebble, but I mean, you got some of your best ball strikers in the field this week. You got Hovland, Rahm, Schauffele. I mean, let's see how he is off the tee this week. And then going back to, a couple people said this, he was leaky down the stretch. It's true. I mean, he even said after his round, I think it was 15, where he was, I mean, the 4 right, had the tree problem. He said he should have took iron. So, and then 18, I mean, that's a pretty good, I think that's a good tee ball. And then the tree, I mean, like,
but the one-handed finish though is kind of tough. Like
true.
I think he mishit it.
True. I mean, it's an intimidating tee ball though. I mean, you got the water left, and then there's trouble right if you really block it right. But I mean, I think he was pretty happy with the end result of that tee ball. It's not like it went way left, way right. I mean, it's just, the stupid tree.
Yeah, that's fair. There are some water balls though to be had at Phoenix this week, and that's one thing that I'm not, I guess, not as concerned about as I would have been 2-3 years ago, certainly. But it's something that's like, well, there's going to be some shots where water is in play. And if especially if 15 specifically, if it's firm and you kind of get a little bit too much draw and then a big hop, you're just kind of in the drink. And that's 15 is a great scoring opportunity because the lead's going to be 8 under after Thursday, right? And it's going to be 12 on the weekend come Saturday. So, wasting par 5 opportunities like that is going to be pretty detrimental to the winning chances. So he's going to have to make sure that, he puts the ball in the fairway, especially on 15, but for most, majority of the holes out here.
Yeah, I think the key to this week is making putts. These greens are not small, and he's not going to get any of those bounces that are going to just get caught up in the rough. If he's dialed, these are going to be some really, really close approaches, and if he's making putts, it's going to be very tough to beat him this week. He's just too good. Like, I mean, that the iron play we saw last week is just like, it's unbeatable if you make just even 30% of the putts you need to make. Like, it's, if he can have that going again, even if the driver is a little shaky, he's gonna win this week. So he's got to get the putts rolling. The thumbs have to start coming up, or it's gonna be another brutal Sunday.
Yeah. I honestly just love how you said the last part. I mean, he's too good. I mean, it's nice to come into a tournament with some form for once. I know he played well at Pebble. He always plays well at Pebble, but I mean, the iron just took such a turn from, I mean,
Yeah.
sinking down a ship to now looking like, okay, are we going to start to peak like spring of 2021 again? And again, I mean, it's February 8th when we're recording this. We're 2 months away,
True.
and he did it last year. He peaked well for the Masters and nearly won it. Won a week too early, but we'll take Valero, of course. But I mean, that's his goal. And he said Sunday at Pebble that there's, of course, he says this all the time, but there's still room for progression. Even though I don't know what the heck that means, because I mean, like, if he goes and wins this week, I mean, what I don't know, but you get what I'm saying. And I mean, I think we all feel pretty good this week.
Yeah.
Honestly, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, there's no reason to not. It's that simple. I mean, why would we feel bad after what we've been seeing? So
Yeah.
it's good to see that.
The change of tone from a week ago is
Crazy.
yeah, no, it is. I mean, but that's what first in strokes gained approach does, and a 63 on a Saturday does, and a tournament that was through 68 holes, you were in front. So I think I was watching some golf stuff on like CBS and their platforms, and they were saying that something in his, like, he kind of tweaked his swing a touch over the week, where he got the toe of the club less not down. It might, like, he got the face a little bit more open to the sky, which means it's a little bit more closed. So there's a little less like need for sort of the hands and like the movement of the wrist to close the face at impact, and it's more of a body swing, which is like what he was doing last year was like DJ Berger-esque, where it's face is facing the sky and you have to rotate hard with your legs.
That's
and
not
he's trying
him.
to get it, and his new like move is to try and get it to come up more so that he doesn't have to do that, and then it's a more like fluid motion for him. But it was getting a little too it wasn't quite strong enough at the top. The face wasn't quite close enough at the top, but they said over the weekend that he did a much better job of kind of closing that face just enough so that he would get much more consistent striking. If anybody cares about the sort of mechanics of what he's doing with the swing,
I get a lot of questions about it. So yeah,
I don't know why he's going up. Like, that pre-shot routine is to make him feel like he's going up and not as laid off, so he can get into a better position to hit the ball. I thought that was really interesting.
A lot of people question that move. I'm getting so many comments about it, but I mean, JT does it, and JT is a pretty good iron and wedge player the last time I checked.
Yeah.
So
it's a little different, right? Because it's like,
yeah,
it goes up a little bit higher. And I think what a lot of people, at least one of the commentators on Thursday was saying that, like, a lot of people practice like an impact move when they're not hitting the ball great. They go to like okay, how am I making impact? So this is what it should feel like before I hit it, before I take the club back. And he used to do that last year. And you remember where he'd do that like weird like squat like he was turning into the ball and bring the club right behind the thing, and then he'd reset and hit. But now it's more of a backswing thing, which I guess suggests that he has more confidence in his impact, and he should after last week. So hopefully he can continue to throw some darts. We did have a dart sighting, I believe, on the practice round today. That's right, Bob?
We did. We had some darts, which you absolutely love to see. Well, I mean, I'm speechless. I mean, it's just like you love to see it. I mean, we didn't see this for a few months, so it's great to see darts being thrown, even if it's just in a practice round. Like, you love to see it. So, looking to put into perspective when it comes to the actual round, but I don't know. He had a pretty good practice round last year. If you remember, we were pretty hyped. He shot like 64 in a practice round because someone followed and told me, and everyone was getting all hyped because that's all we had at that point in our lives as a Spieth man. But now we don't. Now we have more. So
Yeah. Before we go any farther, we gotta go over the coverage this week, and again the tee time since we have them. So TV Thursday and Friday 3 to 7 p.m. Eastern, Saturday 1 to 6:30 Eastern, and Sunday 1 to 6 Eastern because there's a football game Sunday at 6:30.
Oh, that's right.
So they won't be wanting to compete with that, or they will lose. Playing with Victor Hovland and Xander Schauffele. A lot of Spieth fans happen to be playing with Victor. There's a lot of Spieth / Victor fans out there, and Victor's funny and he's an interesting guy. So we haven't played with him before either, I don't think. I think this is our first time playing with Victor Hovland, which is pretty sick. So 9:59 a.m. Eastern, round 1, 10T, 7:59 a.m. local time. So if you will be out at Scottsdale, I know I have a few followers that are going to be there this week. It's an early wake-up call on Thursday. And then 2:24 p.m. Eastern, round 2, 1T, 12:24 p.m. Central Time on Friday. And then we're a marquee group for round 1 on ESPN Plus, which is wonderful. And then Friday, we don't know yet on the coverage. I mean, we'll be on the Golf Channel for sure, but not sure if we're going to be a featured group or a marquee group yet. But we got round 1, which is sick. But that's what I got there.
And given the Golf Channel hours, I'd assume that ESPN Plus picks him up Friday in some capacity, whether that be main feed, somewhat of a featured group. But if not, Golf Channel being done at 7 suggests his round is like 2:24, so 4.5 hours.
Yeah, we'll get the majority of it, which is
So
sick.
he'll probably be pretty close to wrapping up, if not wrapped up, because the rounds are going to be a lot faster.
Thankfully.
This week. I mean, I know it was, if you were following along with every shot last week, it was 6-hour rounds because of the AMs, of course, and we're
definitely a little
done
bit
with that now. So
a little bit torture.
but
We
hopefully
love Jake Owen, but I mean, the 6-hour rounds, I mean, he was standing on 2 tee box every single day for 20 minutes, just standing there.
Well, it wasn't even Jake Owen. I mean, Ryan Palmer shot 81.
And Brian Roberts, Ryan Palmer's.
Okay. Yeah, we was not expecting Brian Roberts shade on the pod today, but there it is.
Not gonna lie, I was not either. I never thought we'd ever mention him ever in this pod history if you had given me a bet, but there he was, Mr. Comcast, playing with Ryan Palmer.
Well, no, dude, Ryan Palmer,
Mr. Comcast,
was so bad last week. Like, I mean, we watched him on Thursday play Monterey, and he went bogey, 3 birdies in a row, and I'm like, okay, like Ryan Palmer's, gonna play well.
Terrible at Spyglass.
It's 4 putts, a par 3, and then he shoots 81 at Spyglass. And checking in on Saturday, I think he shoots like 2 under Saturday, and he's +8, and Spieth's like -14, and it made me chuckle. So
I think Palmer went like bogey, 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 triple on Spyglass. And route to his 80, what was it, 81?
I mean, I'd call that a pretty solid day, but
I mean,
for me,
at the end of the day, I'm taking his bank account over the three of us combined. So he'll be all right.
for now,
I wonder if he's in the field this week. Watch him go play well this week because that's golf.
I doubt it. I don't know if you can shoot 81 and then be in the field the next week. I feel like that should be a rule. But who knows? We'll see. He could be in the. We should look up if he's in the field or not. Anyway, I don't know if you guys have any fun
For our
any
bets.
fun insights before we.
Oh, I do have one. I mentioned this to Bob. I might have put it in the group chat as well for the podcast. We had a dangerous situation at Pebble, our second shot at the 8th. Well, we could be in another dangerous circumstance this week if Jordan's hitting it offline because TPC Scottsdale has added 50 more cactuses
Oh God,
on site this week. I was
You already
reading the
know-
course notes and
Spieth's gonna find one of those on Sunday. Jim Nance will
Oh,
be like, "Yeah,
you-
there's one of the new ones." And you're gonna be like, "Come on, man." He's still gonna try and hit it too. Hopefully they're not. Those are like the jumping cactus, right? Or no?
I didn't look at the cactus
hope not.
species then. I apologize. I'll have to go figure out what type of cactuses they were.
Yeah.
My
Last year we found ourselves like right behind a cactus. So
Yeah. He still didn't he hit that to 4 feet though?
he
They
did.
are
That was a different shot.
large saguaro cacti.
Okay.
So
True.
if we have any agronomy people out there,
Yeah.
I think
So
you'll
then
know what type of
cactus-
cactus it is.
Cacti are interesting plants. I mean, the water that they conserve, that they need to conserve, they're just unique, you know.
Thanks for the analysis then.
Yeah, I can tell
Much
Bob's,
appreciated.
yeah, Bob's loving it over there.
I think before we get in our bets, Bob needs to tell us why he's wearing that beautiful. If you're listening and you can't see him, he's wearing the beautiful teal Miami Dolphins jersey.
There's no reasoning. I just wanted to put something on over my baggy shirt that I've been basically just like chilling the night with. So I thought this was a good little touch.
What was bag your shirt or Spieth's shorts today?
Fair question.
Tough one.
Mm,
If you haven't seen the picture of Spieth, he's in these baggy like khaki shorts on Tuesday for the practice round, and he,
Dad
As-
shorts.
as one of our friends said, he looked like he was about to go mow his lawn, which was pretty funny.
They are dad shorts though. That's very factual.
He is a father, so
Yeah. That is also very factual.
I honestly can't wait for him to get his first one as a dad. It'd be sick if it's this week. The Sammy there, I mean, that's gonna be something special.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be sick. But I mean, before we get into our bets, do we have anything else about this week?
No,
I think so.
Kepka's defending champ. which is
True.
cool, but I don't think he's gonna play well. But anyway,
Ooh.
Bob, you had something.
No, I did not. I'm ready to get into it.
Alrighty. Well, Bob's the new
Yeah, I'll
get that
start us
points
off
leader,
'cause
so
I'm,
you'll start us off.
All right.
This is pretty boring. I've seen this on Twitter a lot. I'm sure everyone and their mother and dog is on this person, and that's Louis Oosthuizen at 41-1. I don't know if you've seen his stats, but he's like God himself in his first start of the year. In previous years, he's got like 5 top 10s, 3 wins, something like that. I don't have the stat pulled up, but anyways, that's essentially my reasoning behind it. Plus, I think he's due to find some form again. So I like that.
Yeah, there is some good value on Louis this week.
Definitely.
I mean, 40. It's what 41-1, right? Or 41. Yeah,
Plus
so,
4,100. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. He just doesn't win. Jordan, you go because I still haven't picked.
Well, how much does Bob have on it first?
I'll do
Like
10.
five?
I'll do 10.
You
Yeah.
you got to save a good portion for that Ricky missed cut.
Yeah.
That's mean.
Essentially, that is the plan.
The obligatory Ricky missed cut. Bob
So it's
certified.
my turn.
I think it is, sir.
I'm going with I'm taking one of the favorites. I'm going JT. I think it's a JT week.
Please not that. Literally anything but that. Let it be a Rory McIlroy week and he's not even playing. So, but do not let it be a Justin Thomas week. That would be absolutely devastating.
I got 30 to pay out 390 on JT. 30 on JT. Dan, you're up.
I just don't know what to do for this. Because Bob went with somebody who just doesn't win. So should I go with somebody who just doesn't win? Or should I be?
You'll get your Luke list bet someday, it'll happen.
Yeah.
It's gotta happen.
Well, do I do that or do I be a homer? I guess that'll
tough
tell
question.
you what. God. Does he win this week? No, I'm gonna go Xander at 20 to 1.
Good value.
It's
Great
great.
value.
It's great Xander value. I'm gonna throw 10 on that to win 210. I mean, value again is theoretical because he doesn't win very much, but a T2 last year held the 54 hole co-lead. And then played Garbo on Sunday, which is kind of his MO, but when he has the lead at least. So we'll see. But I mean, if Bob did it, I'll do it as well.
On today's
But
list of guys,
I was this close to picking Spieth to win this week.
on
I'd
today's
say-
list of guys we are hating, we're now adding Xander Schauffele to Brian Roberts.
Well,
Well, they win the same amount.
I'm gonna follow it up by picking Jordan Spieth, Dan.
Oh, okay.
Jordan
Or-
Spieth, the top 10 is plus
Okay.
175. I do not think he wins this week necessarily. I just think the putter's just not there quite yet.
Plus one, sir.
But I just think his
Cow.
what
No, I just didn't think it was plus 175. It's pretty good.
his
odds
ball
there.
striking is just kind of ridiculous right now. So give me Jordan Spieth for 30 plus 175 to top 10.
Gotcha. I'll go
Listen,
next. I'm going against the grain here, fellas. I'm betting Ricky Fowler.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'm putting a good amount on Ricky Fowler this week.
Yeah, that's just stupid. I mean,
Top
it's
40.
that. I mean,
Call it stupid. Is Ricky Fowler overrated by the media? Yes. Is he a bad golfer?
yes.
As of lately, yes. But
This is his week, man.
all right. I mean, Farmers, he played great at the North Course. He sucked at the South Course.
Yeah.
A lot of
I
people
would
suck at
tend to
South
say the
Course.
North Course is kind of a fluke.
Yeah, but he.
Well,
hit
the North
18
Course is a
though.
lot closer than TPC Scottsdale than the South Course is. I'm putting 50 on Ricky to top 40.
What are those
Top
odds?
50 to pay out 120.
It's not bad. It's like plus
He plays
One-
well here too.
140.
Look, if he plays poorly this week,
There's serious problems in Ricky
sorry,
Fowler.
Ricky,
man.
good luck.
You missed
Yeah.
cut here last year.
Well, we've kind of hit rock bottom for Ricky, so he's going to show up this week.
Well,
Dan?
Yeah. Sorry.
You're
My
good.
placement bet. I'm going down to the land of where Bob has made a lot of his money, the top 40s. I'm
Winning.
surprised he's not there this week,
Gotcha.
but I understand it. And I'm going down to a guy who finished in his last 3 appearances here. He's gone 40th, T25, T4. His name is Carlos Ortiz.
I
and
was
he's at
looking at
plus-
him for a little bit.
plus 220 for a top 40. And I know he wasn't great at Farmers, but the numbers aren't like that bad. Like he was slightly below average on approach and off the tee, but I'm not there. That was an improvement from his previous performance. So I'm not too concerned. And this seems like T4 last year, T25 the year before. This seems like a good spot and some good value on that. So I'm going to throw 45 on it at plus 220. I'm not sure exactly what that gets, but I'll look.
I got it. I gotcha. 45 to pay out 144.
Sounds good. And then
I will.
Or
You want to go?
You want?
I'll go because I'm going to be pulling a Dan this week. I'm going with one of those combos. I'm hedging my bets this week. I am picking Xander Schauffele to be the top American this week. I think Xander's got a good chance to win this week, but I'm picking JT. And I'm going to go Xander to be the top American because I think one of those two will be the top American this week. And it wouldn't shock me if one of them won. So I'm going 20 to pay out 300.
Alrighty then.
I like that.
Hey, that's how you made a lot of your points. Hoping I can hit that too. You did it on Hideki though.
No, I didn't. Hideki was just like top of everybody else.
True.
It was basically another winner's ticket, is what it was.
True.
Yeah, I've literally only made coin points on Hideki. I'm 2 for 15.
It's tough.
But hey, positive. So
Yeah.
I'm coming out this week.
What is your random play this week?
Me?
Yes, sir.
Well, before I came on, so I think it might be PGA Splits, maybe on Twitter. He deals out all the like trends for recent winners. And 4 guys fits all 10 trends that he picked out. Hideki Matsuyama, Justin Thomas, John Rahm, and Jordan Spieth. And I'm gonna double check on FanDuel really quickly because they have some pretty excellent like tournament props because it's a fun week in general. And where is it here? There it is. Okay. So I'm gonna go John Rahm, Justin Thomas, Jordan Spieth, top 10 at plus 1400.
Can you repeat that again? John Rahm, Jordan Spieth,
And
and who?
JT all finish inside the top 10 at plus 1400. I'm going to put 45 on that to win 675.
45 on that.
Yeah.
They're all big names though. I don't hate it. Bob.
Well, Rahm has literally finished, his worst finish here is T14. And JT's got 2/3, and Spieth, when he plays well, is a top 10 here. So
True.
Well,
we'll see.
a wise man once said,
Here we go.
if you can take free coins, take them. And that's what I'm doing this week. So I'm putting 60 on Ricky to miss the cut at minus 102. So I'll take my free $57 or whatever it is and move on to the next week.
That's what's mean.
I appreciate you for
If he couldn't make the cut after shooting a 64 or 66 on the first day, then when is he ever going to make the cut?
this week.
No chance. Not happening.
But I appreciate
Literally not a chance.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I think that's all we got this week. Probably a little bit of a shorter episode just with the preview, but of course the review will be longer and hopefully we'll be reviewing this.
Hopefully it will be live.
Correct.
So maybe we win.
Alrighty. We are signing off for the preview and
We are signing off.
Sunday night. Take care, y'all.
Peace.